What is this new BOI form, and do you need to submit it? That's exactly what we're going to talk about in today's video. There's no doubt you've gotten emails about this form, and if you're in any of the Pet Sitter and Dog Walker Facebook groups that I'm in, you have seen the questions. Where do I submit the form? Can I submit it myself? Am I required to submit it? How often do I have to submit it? Why do I have to submit it? There are so many questions about this form going around. So in today's video, I'm actually going to fill out my BOI form. I'm going to share my screen so that you can see the step-by-step process and be able to do it yourself. You do not need to pay someone to do this for you. And I know we're all getting those emails right now, so don't pay somebody. Just watch this video. I'm going to go over all of your questions, and I'm going to show you how you can submit this form yourself. Before we get into it, I will ask you to quickly hit that subscribe button. And I do want to state that I am not an attorney, I am not an accountant, and nothing I say in this video or any of my other videos should be taken as legal or financial advice. I am just the owner of a local pet sitting and dog walking business, wanting to share my knowledge with other pet business owners to help you avoid some of the mistakes that I have made over the years. So with that out of the way, let's talk about what the BOI form is. So this form is the Beneficial Ownership Information Form. This is a new form put forth in January of 2024 by the Corporate Transparency Act, which the CTA is actually from FinCEN. It's under FinCEN, which is the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network. Lots of acronyms for me to remember in this video. The acronyms don't necessarily matter though. What you need to know is that this form is there to provide the government and banking institutions with more clarity and more transparency around who owns which businesses and who has a financial interest and stake in the businesses within our country. And by requiring us to submit this form, basically their goal is to be able to crack down on fraud and money laundering and tax evasion and all of those fun things. So now that you know what this form is and why the government rolled it out, now let's talk about who exactly is required to submit this form. And the long and short of it is that if you are watching this video, you are probably required to submit the form. And this goes for LLCs and corporations, any registered legal businesses in the United States. Now, if you are a DBA, doing business as, or you're a sole proprietor, then you may not be required to submit this form. Now, if you're a DBA operating underneath an LLC, then that LLC is required to file, but the DBA is not. If you're curious about the differences between being a sole proprietor and a DBA or an LLC, I have already made a video talking about those differences. And I highly urge you to become an LLC if you're not already one, because of the legal protections that it will provide you and your business. And if you're curious about becoming an LLC, I have already made a video about that as well. You can go to my channel and find both of those videos, and I'll put the links to both of those videos down in the description below, so you can go watch those after this video if you need to. So the next question on everyone's mind is, when do we have to fill out this form and how often? And the government rolled out this form in January of 2024, and all businesses have until the end of 2024 to submit this form. So I am making this video right now on November 30th, 2024, which means that we have exactly 1 month left until December 31st to get this form submitted. And if you do not fill out this form by the end of the year, then you could be fined up to $500 per day. So definitely stick around and watch me fill out my form so you can get yours submitted by the end of the year. It's a really quick and easy process. And you will have to file it for all of your different businesses. If you have multiple different businesses like I do, you will have to fill out this form for each one of your businesses, but then you don't have to fill it out again unless your information changes. So this is not an annual thing or a quarterly thing. You just do it once, and then as long as your information stays the same, you don't need to do it again. But if you take on an investor in your business and you sell them part of the business, or a partner, or your legal business address changes, anything like that, then you will go and update this form anytime those changes come up. Now, if you are a new business, so meaning that you've registered to become a business in 2024 or in the future, 2025, 2026, whenever you're watching this, then you will have 30 days to submit this form from the time that you register to become a business. Now, 2024 is the first year of them doing this form, so that's why they gave the full year for us existing businesses. But again, if you've registered to become a business in 2024 or in the future, then they'll give you 30 days to submit the form. So now that you know what the BOI form is and why the government is requiring it, and you know if you're required to submit it or not, and when to submit it, we just have to submit the form. That's all that's left. This is super easy. We'll be done with this in just a few minutes here. I've got my computer set up, so I'm going to share my screen. And as I get my camera transitioned over here, you are going to need your driver's license or your passport, a picture of it to upload with the form. And then you are going to need your EIN, your Employment Identification Number. If you don't know where that is, you can go to your Division of Corporations, your state's Division of Corporations website. I'm in Florida, so I'm going to go to Sunbiz to get that number. And then if you had someone create your business for you, so an attorney, or let's say you used LegalZoom or something like that to actually form your LLC, then you're going to need their information as well on this form. So with all that being said, hit the like button and let's do this form. So we're going to start with going to boiefiling.finCEN.gov. Just make sure that you're on the right website, because I have heard of some scams going around. And I know there's tons of websites that are trying to get you to pay to submit this form. You need to be on the .gov website, and the .gov website will not ask you to pay. So just make sure you're in the right place, and then you will see here this big blue box that says File BOIR. So we're just going to click there, and then you can either file online or you can fill out a PDF and upload it. I'm just going to file online here, and it's going to start with asking us for our basic information. So this is our initial report. It's the first time we've ever filed it. Today is November 30th, 2024. They've got a little privacy clause for us there. These are not required questions, and they don't apply to me. So we're going to go here to the reporting company legal name. And then we'll scroll down. Tax identification type. We're going to put in our employment identification number. After you put in your EIN, then we'll scroll down here to the country/jurisdiction of formation. We're in the United States. I'm in Florida. and then you'll put in your legal business address here. So on this next page is asking for your company applicant information. And what they're asking for here is if you used another business to create your company, this is where you would put their information. So if you used an attorney or you used LegalZoom or some other service like that to form your LLC, this is where their information would go. But they're not requiring that from existing businesses. They're only requiring that applicant information from businesses created in 2024 and in the future. So we've been around since before 2024, and I filed for the LLC myself, and I did not use a third party. So I'm going to click this box 16, this existing reporting company, and then we're going to click yes on this, and then we don't have to do anything else on this form. You just hit next, and then now we're on to the beneficial owners page. So that doesn't apply to us. The FinCEN and ID is not required. It doesn't have the red star, and I don't think I have one. We're not an exempt entity. So then we'll put in your information here as the owner. You put in your residential address, and then this is where we're going to upload our driver's license. Okay, so we put in my driver's license information, so we're going to hit next again. Put in our email address. If you guys ever want to get in contact with me, shoot me an email, doug@badtothebonepetcare.com. And if you are interested in any of my private coaching services or my hiring course, you can go to my website, dougthedogguy.co. Okay, so I certify that I am authorized. Okay, so now we're going to hit submit BOI. Processing. Okay, filing successful. So we will just save this information here. We'll download the transcript, and we're good to go. See, we went over everything that you need to know about the form, and we filed the form together all within, how long is this video? Maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Super easy. You don't need to pay anybody to do this. Don't overthink it. It's a new thing. I know change is scary. New things can be overwhelming, but you got this. And if you have any questions about the form that I didn't cover, they have a really good FAQ section that I flipped through here on the BOI government website. But I hope this was helpful. And with that, I'm Doug the Dog Guy, reminding you to stay positive.